All right, man. Fucking woke up this morning with a damn pimple on my eyelid. The fuck? Woke up with a fucking pimple on my eyelid. So I'm watching this dude on YouTube, random ass channel that popped up on the algorithm. And the guy was talking about how he was crushing on this girl, and he would go out. I guess I don't know, she worked somewhere. I guess it was like a food place or something. And he would also see the same girl at his church. So he was crushing on her, and he felt like she was a good girl, like she wasn't a 304 or whatever the case may be. So he planned this whole thing to where he was gonna ask her for her phone number, and he was going to be like, I always see you listening to good music. Could you could you send me some music? Send me something that you listen to. Basically, that's his way in to get the number, right? And so apparently when he asked her, he built it up, like good dudes always do this thing where it's like I'm like a hybrid, like I'm the perfect mix of a complete savage and a complete gentleman. I'm the perfect I've lived long enough to see myself become the villain. Let's have a real conversation. So I'm either going to treat you like you're going to be like, this nigga's an angel, or you're going to be like, I hate this motherfucker. I wish he would die. I wish somebody would kill him. That's going to be your experience as far as a girl with me. Let's just have a real conversation. So he built it up in his head, how he was going to approach her and all of that. So he said, you should send me some music. And then she was like, she told him, she said, send you music. And she was like, you should go on Spotify. He said, I'm Batman and Joker combined. Facts. So he immediately was like crushed. He was like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, I'm done. I give up. And I guess he didn't even really ask her, like, if she had a boyfriend or if she wanted. I guess he wasn't really direct about what he wanted. He was just so focused on trying to get her number and moving from there. You know what I mean? Um, there's this dude on YouTube. I forget his name. I forget his fucking name. But there's this white kid on YouTube, and all his content is kissing girls that are complete strangers. That's his whole content. Whether it be teenage girls, middle-aged girls, MILFs, cougar, it don't matter. Somebody's grandma. He literally, like, he'll go around and he'll wear this shirt and he's like, I'm making a petition for like MILF Monday or some shit like that. And he was like, he has the girl, whoever. It could be somebody's mom. It could be like a girl his age, because he's probably like in his either early 20s or something like that. And they like sign his shirt. He wears this shirt that says something I can't remember. Says, I forget what it says, but they like sign his shirt with like a marker, and then he's like, and now you kiss me, and it's just the craziest shit in the world. Like these, it's not even like, it doesn't think. What I'm saying is, it doesn't feel like it's staged. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's actually real. You know what I mean? Like, and it shows you how fucking crazy these bitches are. Cause a lot of the chicks that's kissing this dude in the mouth, you can clearly see that they have wedding rings on. It's insane. They'll have their wedding ring right there. They'll grab his face and they got their wedding ring right there. And they'll be kissing this dude. They don't know what he got. They don't know this nigga from a motherfucker can of paint, man. Let's have a real conversation, bro. And then you got some of the girls on there. They'll be like, they'll sign the shirt. He'll be like, all right, you got to kiss me now. And they'll be like, no. And then 2 seconds later, they'll be fucking kissing the dude in the mouth. And I'll be like, yo, this shit is crazy, man. And I like shit like that. I like seeing shit like that, like social experiments like that. Because you can really see just how like the lack of morals people have, and it's just their principles are fragile. Let's have a real conversation. Their principles are fragile as shit. So that's why I asked the question, like, is there a one for any of us? I was thinking, I'm like, is it kind of like an egotistical thing to think that there's one person that's meant to be with you? You know what I'm saying? Meant to be loyal to you and respectful to you and physically belong, you know what I'm saying, physically be loyal to you and things of that nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or do we make that shit up in our heads, man? Because this guy was kind of basically saying, he was like, man, I just want to, and I understand where he's coming from. He's coming from a place of, I don't want to be out here sleeping with a bunch of girls. Like, he's in his good guy era, before he just completely like gets shitted on and, turns into, the piece of shit asshole that the girls think that they want. Let's have a real conversation. These girls, man, you see them outside, you go anywhere, you go to the movies, any type of event outside, you go to these dumbass carnivals during the summer, you go to the water parks, whatever event that involves like a bitch not going by herself, she want to go with her quote unquote man. You're gonna see these chicks with like dirty scumbag looking dudes wearing purses with face tats and shit, and you be like, what the fuck? So they want this just low vibrational dude, but then they complain to the good guy about the low vibrational dude, man. Let's have a real conversation, right? So the good guy is the one on the fucking phone or texting the chick, you know what I'm saying, when she's complaining about him, but she go back and just throwing the pussy back for the piece of shit dude, man. It's insane, you know what I mean? It's really insane, dude. I love when a chick get. That's why, like, it's affected me, especially where you come from, depending on where you come from. But where I'm from, people are just so, it's already super low vibrational. What's going on, Miss D? Where I'm from, it's already super low vibrational. And people are super standoffish just by nature. That's just how we was raised. That's the programming. It's not like, in other states or other parts of the world where it's like where I live at, if you just say hi to a stranger, they're looking at you like, why are you talking to me? But in other places, if you walk past somebody and you don't greet them, you don't say hi, hello, how are you? They look at you like you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's already hard enough to just, just have friendly interactions with people where I'm at as is. And when it comes to like hollering at somebody, I mean, it's just the weirdest shit. And I think social media played a big part in it. It's easier to be rejected. It's way easier to be rejected, on a fucking app than it is to be rejected face to face. A lot of people can't deal with that shit, man. And I've been there. If I want to talk to somebody, I'm gonna fucking talk to somebody. If I don't, then I'm not. If I feel like they're not worth my time, then I'm not gonna do it. But it's like, I've been in situations where I'm like, this bitch is not giving me shit to work with. She not making eye contact. I'm talking to her, she looking away, or she looking on her phone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna shoot my shot, bitch. I'm Steph Curry. I don't give a fuck if you giving me any type of motion, indication, nothing. If I'm gonna shoot my shot, I'm already fucking. You know what I mean? That shit is already up in the air. I don't give a fuck if you fucking. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. She said, "Yeah, yo, social media has made people anti. It's just crazy. It's a side. It's a real life side effect. Social media has made people anti-social in real life, but motherfucker go on their phone in this fake world, in the metaverse, and they just yippity yappity yappity yippity, man. It's insane. You go on listen, man. In real life, I go to the basketball court, or I go to it be gym or something. People don't be talking to each other at all. Niggas just all be sitting down on the bench. We don't say nothing to each other. But niggas go on Grand Theft Auto RP or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You go in the virtual world, one of these, you go on Call of Duty in the lobby. Motherfucker, man, you can't, man, listen, you can't make a motherfucker shut the hell up. You gotta mute these people because they will not shut the hell up. But in real life, man, these people don't say a word, man. In real life, people just anti-social in real life. So going back to the story, like, it's hard to approach people. It's become like, it's like it. What movie was that? In The Demolition Man, was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. In the movie The Demolition Man, that's basically feels like real. Almost feels like we're getting there in real life, because I think it was Sandra Bullock and it was Sylvester Stallone, and there was that scene where he goes over. They froze him and they brought him into the future. Sylvester Stallone character, and he was a cop or whatever, and he was working with Sandra Bullock, and she looked fucking smoking hot. I ain't even gonna lie, she looked smoking hot in that damn movie. And then you had Wesley Snipes in there, but whatever. So they brought him to the future, and in the future it was so like how it's kind of like how they making it today. It was like, it was like zero crime, and people weren't allowed to be mean. It was like everything was about being nice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the cops literally weren't able to do anything. It was so weird, and it feels like that's the world that they're pushing us into. Just this, like, we're already super domesticated, but they just want us in this world where it's just like zero fucking crime, just nothing. You know what I mean? Everybody's supposed to be fucking friendly and shit. It just goes against our nature. But long story fucking short, there was a scene in the movie where they were basically about to have sex. So he got he got naked and he was ready to have sex with the chick, traditionally how we have sex and shit, like animals. And then she was like, ew, we don't have sex like that anymore. And she was like, they put on basically like that, like, just imagine putting on like an Apple Vision. You know how they got the Apple Vision, or the what is that other shit called? The meta, it's right up, man. I can't think of it, but it's that virtual headset. I can't remember the name of it that all the kids is buying right now. But it's that virtual headset, and they would basically, she was like, Sandra Bullock's character was like, this is how we have sex now. Like, we put on these headsets and they stimulate us. They're supposed to stimulate us, this, sexually, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was just weird. What's going on, Uniquely Made Warrior? Militia man, generations. Yeah. Yup. And then it's also, once again, it's like maybe once again, I don't know. Y'all can let me know. I don't know if there's a such thing as the one for anybody. You know what I mean? I'm privy to twin flames and things of that nature. Some people call them soulmates and things of that nature. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But what I do know is because of social media and these all of these damn dating apps, and this is what I was gonna say last night in the video that I was making. My fucking phone died last night. And I was gonna say I was talking to this lady and her ring was just, I mean, VVS diamonds up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her ring was diamond up. So I was like, damn, you blind to me. And she was telling me, basically like for no reason, she was like, yeah, well, even though I'm married, sometimes I feel like lonely or alone. And I didn't really think about it till like after I walked away from her and shit. I was like, was this bitch trying to was that like was that a what was did I miss the bat signal? You know what I'm saying? Was he trying to let me know something? You know what I'm saying? Was he trying to relay some information? Okay, was that Morse code? Was that 304 code? Okay. All right, let's have a real conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? And then she started talking about all of these apps. He started literally naming all of these dating apps. And I'm sitting there like, if you a married woman, how the hell do you know all of these dating apps? She named like 6 of them. I was like, how do you know about all these dating apps? Instantly, I felt bad for the dude, whoever she with. I instantly felt bad for the dude. Because if I'm with somebody, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? If I'm with somebody, I don't want you to know plenty of fish. What you know about plenty of fish? No, we gonna have this conversation. Fuck is wrong with you? She wanted a friend from time to time. Okay. All right. She wanted some furniture thrown around in her womb. Let's have a real conversation. Okay. All right. She wanted that headboard bent from time to time. Okay. All right. She wanted to get picked up in the kitchen and thrown into the back seat. How he do that? Goodness gracious. How he do that? But yeah, she gonna sit up there and say, well, even when you're married, you can still feel like you're alone. What are you talking about? You got some nigga with ashy feet rubbing up against your fucking crusty feet every night. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think a lot of that shit too is just like, it's just people, you want something and then when you get it, if you just don't have a grateful aura about you, let's have a real conversation. If you just don't elevate to having a grateful, being great, just being like, I'm grateful I got somebody, cause I could be lonely like the rest of these like the rest of these weirdos out here, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in relationships, man, they not grateful that they have somebody to spend their life with. Let's have a real conversation. I was one of them. A lot of people in relationships, they're just like trying to see, they'll be in a whole relationship and they still, their mind is in like, what options they might have in the dating field, and it's not right, You disrespecting yourself and the person that you with, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. So this kid in the video, he was basically saying like it was the first time. He basically said, I wish I knew how old this kid was. Seemed like he was in his 20s. But he was like, this the first time I ever approached a girl. I'm like, well, listen, bro. That's how it was going to go. You got to get used to being rejected, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just have a real conversation. It don't matter, like, more than people, like anything. You have to be, I mean, you know what I mean? How many jobs we apply for, and you could be, you're overqualified. You know how many jobs I applied for in the last year that I was overqualified for, that a monkey could fucking do? And they got the nerve to tell me I don't meet the whatever. I don't meet the requirements. You know what I mean? But then you see the people that work there and you like, get the fuck out of here, man. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Let's have a real conversation, man. So it's like, I know this bitch is not bringing a cat into the damn convenience store. She bringing a cat. She going in the damn store with the cat. and we done made this video talking about that. It's just like, I asked the question, why do all of these why not all, but why do a lot of these females have a stronger relationship with a damn cat or a dog, you know what I'm saying, than another human being, man? And I think, honestly, in my personal opinion, I think it's just because on a spiritual level, their frequency is so low, it's like we're regressing. We're regressing. To where it's like, if you a cat, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you a cat or a dog, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to, when you die or whatever as an animal, you got to work your way up to being a human. Humans humans have regressed so much spiritually. They have regressed so much spiritually that they just feel more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, in the frequency of regress spirit form of spirit. Let's have a conversation. That's how I look at it, man. That's how I look at it. When I see a female that can just, like, all day long, they just, you know what I'm saying, like, just treating a cat or dog like it's their lover. And then when you see them around a, like, human partner, it's just real, like, awkward and they arguing on. I'm like, yeah, that shit weird, man. That shit weird. That mean in your next life, you might regress to going back to being a fucking animal. Let's have a real conversation. I'm being dead serious. You know, because I was there. I had 2 fucking dogs. I work with animals. And I was like, you know, I was like, oh, these are my sons. But they're pets. You have to understand the frequency. You got to overstand the frequency. They're pets. They're not your child. They're not your baby. They're pets. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of these people, man, in their next life, they're going to regress. Let's have a real conversation, man. The end game is reconnecting with source. And when we had a conversation of, you know, can somebody be the one for you? I think that might even just be a marketing strategy. That might just be bullshit. That might just be propaganda. Let's have a real conversation. Because the one for you, in theory, the one for you, the one you meant to be with and have supreme loyalty to, is the source, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But they go and tell you, you know, you try to make somebody else the one for you. And you look at all these people, you look at the fucking divorce rate. You got this dude, what's his name? Judge Mathis or whatever his damn name is. He out here. He out here campaigning on national television. Please, baby, please. Baby, please. Sounding like a straight bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a real conversation, man. Please, baby. Okay, so this bitch walked in the store with a cat, and she walked out the store without a cat. So what the hell is going on here? These people are fucking crazy, man. These people are crazy, man. She done walked in the store where they make sandwiches and shit. This nigga looked depressed. He looked like he hate his life. And that's another thing, man, about being in a relationship, man. It's like being at a damn job. She said they serving cat. Yeah, that was weird. This white lady done walked in this, that was very strange. that was very strange. They ain't serving Happy Meals, they serving catty meals, but I think, in my opinion, I think that the true one is the source. I think that's just the most important relationship that you gotta reconnect with, right? And the whole being attached to another person, it's not beneficial in the long run. Now, you can be in a relationship with somebody and they can teach you things that you never knew before. But the relationship that you have with another human being, she said Chinese chicken might be cat meat. Everybody in this fucking state just looks so fucking worn out, man. I be looking at people and everybody they just look so tired. They just look so tired, man. Like, motherfuckers is tired of living. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers just don't have the energy to fucking keep going, man. I see the same people every day, man. I see the same damn people every day, man. They be like, I don't know how you do it, bro. But the relationship that you're gonna have with Source is going to trump, because we're taught not to love ourselves, bro. I'm so tired of seeing these people with these fucking vapes. This liquid heroin, man. With this liquid heroin. I mean, 40 and 50-year-old people is walking around with these vapes, man. That shit is depressing. Shit. So yeah, we're not taught at all how to love ourselves, man. So our entire life, we already off to the wrong path. Our entire life, we sitting up here trying to find validation in a goddamn stranger. You know? And I be trying to tell people this, man, and they don't be wanting to listen. I understand. You know, they just not, they still, it's levels, they still stuck on a certain level. It's like a video game. But that's the only thing that makes sense to me in this realm, man. Don't nothing else make sense to me. And there's so much money to be made in the distraction. They can't make no money in clarity. Let's have a real conversation, man. The Matrix is funded and energized by the distraction. As soon as you gain some clarity about what the hell is going on, the matrix go bankrupt. Let's have a real conversation. These are bars right here, man. I ain't gonna lie. These are bars right here. These are bars right here. Let's have a real conversation. So I'm about to go be a slave, man. I'm about to go do this delivery for $7. I'm about to go drive for 20 minutes and make $7, y'all. And then I gotta go. And then I gotta go be a slave at my other job overnight. So that's my thoughts on that. Is there a one? I think the one is the source. And I think that the distraction is the one being a person. You know what I mean? So there's that.